Number one, predictions for 2008. The user's revolt. This is where the desire to connect runs head-on into the drive to promote. And you could say, even as advertisers focus in on social networking sites, users revolt and power shifts in the world of social networking, human databases, communications. From Second Life rules and Facebook privacy to cell phone billing, users now have the leverage. I think if you saw the apology that was put out quickly after the beacon blunder at Facebook, you'll understand what I'm saying. Because the founder, I think, properly understood he was about to lose his entire franchise by screwing up on how he advertised and invaded privacy for Facebook users. So although the trend you'll kind of read about in the papers these days is, how can we advertise to these people? That isn't, in my mind, that isn't really the whole story. The real story is, you're trying to do something they didn't want you to do. They're trying to connect with each other. The purpose of Facebook is to connect. It's to, it's dating. It's like a yearbook, and you want to meet cute guys, cute girls, and it's like how AOL gets started. To interrupt that process, you're opening up yourself for that reason. To interrupt that process and have someone come in and say, "No, I'm going to sell you a dating guideline," no thanks. And so it's just, in my mind, it just doesn't work. And I expect these things to kind of fall apart into two different categories entirely. Match.com is not the same as Craigslist. They're different. Number two, gardens get round-upped. No more walled gardens, thank God. So I think that I originally called this the phone and the web worlds merge. Net neutrality will prevail. Artificial garden walls will fall. Box guys win over pipes guys. Handheld makers win over the carriers. Apple and Nokia and Samsung, Microsoft and Google now in control. And one interesting question, I think, is that people are kind of working themselves out into tribes. It's a natural thing that we have with our families and those close to us. And how does that bubble up through the old phone systems, friends and family, and what we see with some of the other new phone companies into the web? Because it will. So your tribe's going to move with you around the web. How does that happen? No one's done that yet. But that's important. Number three, by expanding, the web disappears. Content provision to every device makes the web seem an outdated idea, like multimedia. As it moves onto phones, televisions, it becomes invisible. I want the service, I don't want its history. The separation between print and web providers becomes outdated. Everyone distributes everywhere. That's kind of what we were talking about tonight. There's serious segmentation of online ad monies, and these define the spend trend. So we've already seen some segmentation, but this is going to get really, really extreme. Start segmenting by age, of course. Young people are so surrounded by input that for them things are not offensive, whereas older people who are going to be retiring, have huge amounts of money to spend, would be truly offended by the same kind of approach. Ad money will flow preferentially to luxury online and permission-based marketing. Number four, high def drives a reversal in US bandwidth. And you might say global positioning within of the US. So we're the losers. We've been the losers. I've been talking about this for a long time. And so finally, here's some light in the end of the tunnel. I believe that high def will change things in the United States, despite everything that's fighting against it, including all the lobbyists and the FCC and Kevin and everybody else. Forget it, doesn't matter. What matters now is when you turn the dial, do you get it as a consumer? And if you turn the dial and you don't get it, you're going to get mad. And that's all you know about, and that's all you care about. And they'll have to make it happen. And if they don't make it happen, you'll buy it from the other guy. This is, in fact, the entire business plan of Verizon. And it's working. They are slaying their competitors. Ask Comcast how much fun this is. So they tried the lobbyists last week. They tried to shut down Verizon by invoking illegality that came out of the '96 Telecommunications Act, and the judge said, go away. And this is great news for everybody, and I think we're now going to see this work just the way Verizon wanted it to work, and it'll be market-based, and the market's going to demand HD video. Number 5, fake internets become serious international liabilities. Pressure is going to build on corporations to behave. How about that? And countries to support international norms. China, Burma, etc. Anybody with fake internets. Conflict, there's an obvious conflict here with corporations and with international norms. Fake nets imply weakness, government failure, and second-class citizen status. If the net is the source of intellectual fulfillment and economic growth, which citizens don't deserve full access? Real net access is on the path to becoming an international human right. I do believe that. Number 6, the world agrees that one-to-one training of children is inevitable. So when I started talking to you about this 4 years ago, it was a trial. It was an idea. Now we've gone through the trial part. We have a bunch of people doing trials. Now we're in implementation. Now we have maybe 7 or 8 countries that are doing countrywide implementations where every kid starts to learn by being attached to the internet. And that is going to happen. The train has left the station. It's no longer a matter of, is this the future of education? It is. And during the year 2008, it'll become totally obvious. Doesn't matter where you live. You can live in Chicago, you can live in England, you can live in Nigeria. Wherever you live, this is going to be the goal of your government, is to get you from here to there ASAP.